Good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday Mull for Monday, the 25th of May. Continue reading through the New Testament, first letter of John, chapter 4 from the first verse. Dear friends, do not believe every spirit, but test the spirits to see whether they are from God, because many false prophets have gone out into the world. I'm struck by the imposition upon us that we have to be discerning in what we listen to, because not everything that is out there is right. There are false prophets. They will appear as prophets, but their message will be wrong. And John continues, this is how you can recognize the Spirit of God. Every spirit that acknowledges that Jesus Christ has come in the flesh is from God, but every spirit that does not acknowledge Jesus is not from God. This is the spirit of the Antichrist, which you have heard is coming and even now is already in the world. And I'm struck by how it all revolves around Jesus and our understanding of who he is and what he has done. In the first century, people were happy to accept that Jesus was the spirit being that came into the world, but they weren't so sure about his humanity. And the creeds in the beginning of the church were quite strong to stress that Jesus was fully God and fully human. Today the pendulum swung the other way, and many people are happy to accept Jesus as a human teacher, but all that God stuff, not so much. And again, it's about Jesus and how we relate to him and how we understand him that defines whether we have the truth or not, whether we're a false prophet or not. And we need to listen and to be discerning. And we also need to recognize that so often people talk of the Antichrist as some completely evil presence. And contemporary media would portray evil in a grotesque, repulsive way. In actual fact, evil is attractive. It is beautiful. It is something that people would naturally desire. Ask Adam and Eve in the garden. They didn't need much persuasion to eat the fruit. It looked good. They thought it looked positive. They just didn't listen to God. And there are many preachers that look the part and that sound the part and have a presence and a performance and are well liked, but they don't have the gospel. Indeed, a little later, John continues, they are from the world and therefore speak from the viewpoint of the world, and the world listens to them. That is so true. So often people are well respected, well liked, popular because they say what the world wants to hear. The gospel often isn't what people want to hear, but it's always what people need to hear. And so be discerning in what you listen to, be discerning in who you listen to, and come back time and again to the scriptures and use Jesus as the lens to highlight the truth. Be blessed.